Hello everyone. Yesterday, after our market close, RBI released the December Monthly Bulletin. So, what's the important takeaway from it? Second, India-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement and India's 8 core industries growth macro details. And third, what happened in US market last night. All this we're going to discuss in our regular pre-market report video for today, 23rd December 2025 for the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. There are three important takeaways from the RBI Monthly Bulletin. First, very important to the stock market, the report highlighted that GST 2.0 reform continued to hold up its strong growth momentum in November month also, and more importantly, it was helped by both private and urban consumption demand. We know GST 2.0 was implemented on September 22nd, so already market was expecting the very good consumption story in October month because of Diwali and so on. Now, this RBI bulletin is highlighting not just in October month, the consumption story is very good in November month as well. So, this increased the good earnings expectation for Indian companies, hence it's positive from the market perspective. Then second, in October month, RBI purchased roughly 17.5 billion US dollars and sold 29.5 billion US dollars, which means in October month alone, RBI sold net near 12 billion US dollar to stabilize the Indian rupee. Just for info, in the September month, RBI had sold near 8 billion US dollar to stabilize the rupee. So it's a worrying thing. Despite the RBI selling this huge US dollar, still rupee keeps on depreciating, which is not good at all. Just for info, at the end of October month, RBI had the net outstanding forward dollar sales of 64 billion US dollar. This is one of the main reason why investors are shorting Indian rupee. See, in the report, RBI is having 64 billion US dollar short position. So at some point, they have to buy the US dollar for that, and hence it expects to add more pressure on rupee. Finally, the third point, it's mild positive. The gap between the credit to deposit ratio dropped to 1.3% from 1.5% in the prior month. So those were the quick takeaway from the RBI's monthly bulletin. Now moving to the second topic. Yesterday, India-New Zealand agreed for the free trade agreement. So now this agreement will eliminate or reduce tariff on 95% of New Zealand's exports to India, which all Indian goods would have duty-free access to New Zealand. On top of that, New Zealand also agreed to invest 20 billion US dollars in India in the next 15 years. Hence, generally, this is positive for pharma and textile companies. If required, please pause and have a look. These are the following free trade agreements India agreed in the last 1 year. So this is really a good thing. Let's hope our politicians follow through this with the implementation. Then macro-wise, Indian government released the 8 core industries growth data. Overall, it increased 1.8%. If required, please pause and have a look. Cement, steel, fertilizers and coal had the positive growth compared to a year ago, whereas crude oil, natural gas, electricity and refinery products production had the degrowth. So accordingly, we could expect Indian market to react for its respective sectors. And for sure, cement sector is having the strong acceleration. So we can say cement companies will be on focus. Moving to the US market, because of Christmas season, the trade volume was very low. And because of last week optimism, such as low inflation, Fed meeting minutes revealing more interest rate cuts next year, and AI-related positives continued and made the US market to close positive. Dow Jones was up by 0.47%, S&P 500 increased by 0.64%, and Nasdaq increased 0.52%. In case of VIX, it decreased 5.5% down to 14. In line with that, early morning today, GIFT Nifty increased marginally and traded at 26,227, equating that with the spot market. For now, it's indicating the gap up opening of 30 to 50 points. Regarding Indian ADR, as it is, Infosys was down over 5% and Wipro was down near 2%, but it's just an arbitrage correction with the Indian market. Hence, if you see the difference, still both the IT stocks indicating positive of 1 to 2%. On the other hand, HDFC Bank and Reliance GDR also having positive 1.5% difference. Only ICICI Bank showing no fresh movement. So in short, ADR indicating more positive than GIFT Nifty. As a summary, global momentum is good and positive. India is speeding up the free trade deal agreements with various countries. Let's hope they will conclude with US and Europe sooner, and thus that could provide support to the rupee stabilization. Then our institution in the cash market after third session of net buying, FII turned as net sellers. The net sold for 450 crore rupees and day net bought for 4,000 crore rupees. Then moving to participant wise open interest analysis. Yesterday index future open interest unwound 1.9%, whereas on the index options 2.1% call option open interest unwound, but 19.7% new put option open interest were added. Because of massive put option open interest addition, the PCI ratio increased to 1.32 from 1.08. Following by stands wise in the index options, client holding net 3.3% open interest favoring bullish position, whereas FI having net 4.1% of their open interest favoring bearish position, and property traders having net 1.2% of their open interest favoring bullish position. In the index future, client and property traders having 68% and 58% of their open interest respectively on the long side. On the other hand, FI is holding massive 89% of their open interest on the short side. Then regarding 25 delta risk reversal, yesterday Nifty spot closed at 26,172 and for today expiry the 25 delta call option strike is at 26,250 with the IV of 10.39%, whereas the 25 delta put option strike is at 26,040 with the IV of 11%. So the 25 delta risk reversal is negative 0.61%. Distance wise, call options distance from the spot is 78 points and put options distance from the spot is 132 points. So put option distance is 54 points more. Hence, considering all, despite market being positive, at the time of close yesterday, the positions were indicating the bearish skew state. Then, as per stock open interest, Cholamandalam Finance, Nuvama Wealth, Dhalmia Bharat, Vodafone Idea, Union Bank of India, IEX and Ambuja Cement are some of the 36 stocks that got an increased open interest along with a negative close, indicating the short build-up. On the other hand, 361, Infosys, Muthoot Finance, IRCTC, MCX, IRFC and Bajaj Auto are some of the 79 stocks that got an increased open interest with a positive price close, which means these stocks indicating the long build-up. About the things to look out, during our market hours, there is nothing that I'm aware of scheduled release that could affect our market. On the other hand, in the night, US GDP growth rate data and durable goods order are the important things to keep an eye out for. Coming to technical, Nifty opened 90 points gap up and was positive throughout the session, then closed at 26,180. Thus, on the daily chart, Nifty formed a long bullish candle and continued the higher low formation for another session and also sustained trading above the resistance trend line. This indicates a decisive breakout of a crucial hurdle and the triangle pattern around the 26,000 level. In addition, Nifty traded well above all key moving averages with short-term moving averages trending upward and also remained above the midline of the Bollinger Band. Furthermore, RSI turned bullish and climbed to near 60 while MACD inched upward towards the reference line. Hence, if Nifty reclaims and sustains above 26,200, a move towards the record high of 26,326 cannot be ruled out in the upcoming sessions. The immediate and crucial support is at 26,000 zone. In case of Bank Nifty, similar to Nifty, it also opened 150 points gap up and was positive throughout the session. Then it closed just above 59,300 and underperformed Nifty. Thus, on the daily chart, Bank Nifty formed a bullish candle with small upper and lower shadow, indicating a continuation of its upward journey. In addition, it witnessed a breakout above the downward sloping resistance trend line and also climbed above the midline of the Bollinger Band 59,300. Furthermore, Bank Nifty traded above short-term moving averages with RSI at 56 and on the verge of a bullish crossover. Hence, the next resistance is expected to be at near 59,550 with 58,700 level is expected to act as the key support. Regarding the options front, the maximum call option orders was at 26,200 strike, followed by 26,300 and 26,150, with the maximum new call option writing at 26,150, 26,300 and 26,200 strike. On the put side, the maximum orders was at 26,100 strike, followed by 26,000 and 25,900, with the maximum new put option writing at 26,100, 26,150 and 26,000 strike. As for options data, it's indicated that the immediate resistance for Nifty to be at 26,200 to 26,300 zone with support at 26,100 to 26,000 range. So that's all in this video. Hope you got some information. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video so that it will help me beat the algorithm and also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investigation based on this as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing this for me and viewers educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.